Hello everyone, this is Channel Son Yadav, and this is my AAT Tech Talk. This Tech Talk is for the subject programming with objects, which is Java. My roll number is 21951A67F1, and I'm from CSE Data Science. My topic for the Tech Talks presentation is 4 ready to try Java tools your team may not know about. Introduction. Get ready to add Java Developer Toolchain. There are a number of useful tools hidden in plain sight, and you'll feel like you've gained a superpower by using them. Mikhail Wittstedt, Director of Software Engineering for the Java Virtual Machine at Oracle, describes 4 ready-to tools that will let you discover out-of-date dependencies that might break in your class or jar files, create a slim custom runtime for a container, reveal why your network I/O is taking so long. I/O is input-output. Bundle your app and JDK into an operating system specific package. Get ready to add to your Java developer toolchain. There are a number of useful tools sitting in plain sight. Feel like you gained a superpower by using them. Superpower by using it. Discover deprecated Discover deprecated dependencies with JDEP scan. JDEPR scan. Java is all about regular cadence of few new features and functionality. As a result, people often ask what will break if they upgrade to a new release, says Waitstead. And yes, there's a tool that can put your mind at ease. JDEPR scan performs static analysis by scanning a JAR file for uses of deprecated API elements. Point JDEPR scan at a class name or a jar file, and it will help you figure out what you may be depending on, things you may want to look into and potentially change, such as deprecated APIs, says Winston. You get very helpful warnings and pointers to code that you may want to look at upgrading or changing in some way. The deprecated APIs identified by JDEPR scan are only those that are defined by Java SE. Deprecated APIs defined by third-party libraries aren't reported. To scan a JAR file or set of class files, you must first ensure that all of the classes that the scanned classes depend upon are present in the class path. Set the class path using class path option. Typically, you would use the same class path as the one that you use when invoking your application. If JDEPR scan can't find all the dependent classes, it will generate an error message for each class that's missing. Create a slim custom runtime with a JLink. If you download the If you download the JDK today, it's somewhere on the order of 300 megabytes, says VState. Half of that is actually the exact same data twice. Why? Because the JDK contains modules packaged into two different ways. First, there's a linked version containing the date your program actually runs, and second, there's standalone modules. If you're including the JDK with your application, you're including a lot more bits than you actually need. With JLink, you can create a custom runtime that includes only what your application needs. So if you have a small application, maybe you need only a handful of the 60 something modules in the platform each state says. This is especially useful if you have container environments where you're building a Docker image and want to keep it slim and small. The other thing to know about JLink is that by using the class data sharing that's built into the JVM, you can pre-compute some of the state and store it in the hotspot JVM's class data sharing class archive. So you do a training run, store that data to disk, and then for subsequent runs you can reuse that training data. This gives your application a faster startup time and smaller memory footprint. That's especially useful if you're running multiple processes on the same machine. Vanity reads that notes that application need not be modular where to use the tool you need to JLink. You can use JLink with your old 1990s Java applications and everything will work just fine. If you use JLink, you need to ensure that your custom runtime images are updated with the latest updates. And like custom runtime images, deployed Java applications automatically download application updates from internet as soon as they're available using Java Auto Update. However, JLink's custom runtime images don't have built-in support for automatic updates. Java Flight Recorder is a framework that can be turned on in production event data, lots of data, all the data you can imagine, and then we send some. Each that says that's a testament he believes to Java superior serviceability, monitoring, and management story. If you're curious what runtime is up to, what you should do to improve on the performance, or what you should do if you're running into some weird case and you're wondering why is my network IO taking so long, Java Flight Recorder is likely going to be able to answer that question for you. It records data about events that occur in the JVM or Java application at a specific point in time. Each event has a name, a timestamp, and an optional payload. The payload is the data associated with an event, such as the current CPU usage, Java heap size before and after the event, and the thread of ID of the log holder. An easy way to use Java Flight Recorder is through JDK Mission Control, which gives you access to Java Flight Recorder functionality through a GUI. You can run multiple recordings concurrently and configure each recording using different settings. In particular, you can configure different recordings to capture different sets of events. Java Flight Recorder collects information about three types of events. The duration event takes some time to occur and is logged when the event completes. An instant event is logged right away. Sample events, also called residual events, are logged at regular intervals to provide a sample of system activity. Java Flight Recorder monitors the running system at an extremely high level of detail. This produces an enormous amount of data. To keep the overhead as low as possible, limit the type of recorded event to those you actually need. In most cases, very short duration events are of no interest. So limit the recording to events with duration exceeding a certain meaningful threshold. Bundle your app and JDK for specific roles with a JPackage. You can use JPackage to combine a Java application and Java runtime image to produce Java application image that includes all the necessary dependencies. The result is a native package in an operating system specific format, such as a.exe file for Windows or a .dmg file for Mac OS. When combined with JLink, JPackage gives you a complete end-to-end deployment system. Each step says if you use JLink and JPackage together, you can get a very nice result if you're trying to deliver packaged applications. You can do that without even relying upon your end users having a particular GDK installed because JLink gives them a subset of JDK that they need right there in your app installer. You can see how JLink and JPackage work together in 5-minute lab presented by inclusion. The JDK contains many powerful tools for Java developers, including JDB, APR Scan, JLink, Java Flight Recorder, and JPackage. Try them, learn them, and add them to your Java developers project. Thank you, guys. That was my tech talk. Hope you liked it.